In this video, I'll be going over how we can connect Sage Intacct to your bill spend and expense account. The first thing you'll want to do is navigate to your drop-down menu, select Company, Setup, and then Company. Navigate to the Security tab, and then hit Edit. From here, you'll scroll down to the Web Services Authorization, and then add bill.com as a sender ID. Please note that this is case sensitive, and you'll want to make sure it is all lowercase. Next, we'll go ahead and create the Web Services user. This is found under your company, admin, and then Web Services users. Hit Add to create one. Put in bill spend expense for the user ID. For the account email address, you'll want to make sure this is an email address you have access to, and then you'll be able to add the contact. If the contact doesn't exist, you can just create one. Select business as the user type. Select admin privileges as full, and then you can go ahead and create a bill specific role. Next, we're going to adjust that role that we had just created and make sure the permissions are enabled for it. Navigate to the roles, and then you'll click on subscriptions for that role you just created. Within here, you'll click permissions for each module, select all, and then save. You'll want to repeat this process for all the applications or modules within there just to ensure that the sync will function properly. Once you've made all those changes, go ahead and save that role. Next, we'll go ahead and create the General Ledger account. Navigate to General Ledger and create a new account. You can name this however you'd like. For the account type, we'll leave this as a balance sheet account. For normal balance, you'll want to set this to credit. Leave this as a non-closing account, make sure it is active, and leave the box unchecked for disallow direct posting. You'll also want to make sure that none of the dimensions are set as required. Now we'll go ahead and create a credit card account. Navigate to Cash Management, select Credit Card Accounts, and create a new one. You can name this credit card however you'd like. Make sure you set the expiration date as far in advance as you can. You can leave the type as Visa and account as credit. For the credit card offset account, select that GL account that you just created. And for the default location, if you're planning to integrate at the top level and won't be using inter-entity transactions, you can disable inter-entity and then leave the default location blank. We'll make sure to tag the entity or location on the bill spend expense side. If you're planning to integrate at the entity level, you'll set the default location here. Next, you'll create a vendor that's going to be associated with the bill spend expense credit card. Feel free to fill in any of the other optional information, but once you have all the required fields filled out, go ahead and hit save. If you are planning to integrate at the entity level, you'll want to navigate to Company, Setup, and then Entities, and then take note of which entity ID that you'll be integrating to. We'll be using this later on. Now we're ready to get this integrated over in bill spend expense. Log into your account, select Integrations, and then hit Connect for Intacct. You'll navigate to the section where it's going to be asking for the credentials. For the entity ID, if you are going to be integrating at the entity level, input that ID there. If you're integrating at the top level, you'll want to leave this field blank. For the credentials, you should have received an email. It'll have a subject of Welcome to Sage Intacct, and then you'll just want to copy and paste those credentials directly into bill spend expense. So then from here, continue to navigate through the setup workflow, and then it's going to start connecting. This may take a few minutes, so just be patient, may come back later, and then we'll configure it from there. Once the sync has completed, you can click this configure button, and then we'll go ahead and get this set up. First, you'll select the GL account that you had created. We are currently connected at the top level. For the vendor settings, if you want us to be creating vendors or matching to existing vendors, you can turn that on. You can enable auto sync. You can also enable sync split transactions as one transaction. Now we'll go ahead and get the mapping for your various dimensions set up. The workflow for this will look the same across all the different dimensions, so I'll just show what it looks like for the chart of accounts for now. When you open this up, you can either select an existing field, or you can type in here to create your own field. On the left-hand side, you'll see the chart of accounts or the classifications from Sage. On the right-hand side is how they're going to be appearing in bill spend expense. If you'd like to, you can remove certain classifications just by selecting the checkbox and then hitting Unmap Account. If you want to change the name of any of these and how they're appearing in bill spend expense, just click into the field and then type in the desired name and click Create. After that, you can hit Save, and we're going to go ahead and save those dimensions. If needed, you can always come back here and make any changes at any time you need to, but once we have all those dimensions set up, you'll be ready to start syncing.